Hi everybody. Today's soap has no name. It has a possibility of 4 different names, and I haven't decided yet. And actually, out of those 4 options, I want 2 different soaps. So this is the first blend I've come up with that will suit one of those 4. I know this sounds crazy. This is just how I operate. Out of those 4 names, ideas, this blend is definitely going to work for one of them. I will not decide that though until after I've cut it. So I'm probably going to hold off on uploading this video and attach the cutting to the end, possibly. That way I will for sure know its name and can include that in the, obviously, the title. And then the 3 names that are left, I have one, because they're similar. They're all similar themed. And yeah, I'm weird. That's just, anyway, this one doesn't have a name yet, but it's a really sophisticated, kind of warm scent. Definitely, well, I can go through some of the notes. Roasted tea, black tea, roasted tea leaves, that's a big one. A little bit of a tobacco kind of note in the background there. We got bergamot, lemon, orange, what else? Star jasmine, cedarwood, amber, musk, applewood, tonka bean, patchouli, oak moss, cardamom, vanilla, oak, sandalwood, a couple other things. It's a fragrance oil blend. I blended together 4 different fragrance oils to create this. So it's very mysterious. It almost smells, if it's possible for something to smell like, it reminds me of just like, I don't know, ancient? Does that make sense? It kind of smells like maybe like an old library or something like that. And that is kind of the theme with the 4 different options. But you will see in the title by the time I upload this. So, okay. I got a hefty amount of vanilla content. So we're definitely gonna discolor. So I'm gonna roll with that. If it wasn't going to discolor, I wanted it to be gray, kind of a light to medium gray, with a charcoal powder pencil line in the middle. I just want it to look, you know, really kind of old and rustic. Since we are going to go pretty tan, because I have quite a bit of vanilla, 2 out of the 4 fragrance oils both to contain vanilla. One of them is at 5%. So my plan is to just add a little bit of activated charcoal to this. So instead of getting just a dark tan, it's gonna be almost like a chocolatey black. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna use a lot though, because it is gonna discolor, and I have to see. I don't want it black, and I don't want it just that vanilla discolored brown either. I want to create a color that's a little more unique than that. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm just doing a 3-pound batch to see how we go color-wise with all that vanilla. And I'm still gonna do the charcoal pencil line in the middle though. So right now this is a really strange color of like gray-green with the amount of charcoal I put in. But I'm gonna let it be at that and then see what the discoloration does. Which is partially why I need to wait until I cut it to see which of those 4 options it's going to be as far as the name, because the scent can go with any of them. You know, I probably make no sense sometimes. Circle does not want to blend well for me today for some reason. But that's okay, this can get to a pretty good trace just what I'm doing. And then, so it's going to go half in, charcoal, pencil line, rest in, and then I have poppy seeds to put on top. Okay, one more quick mix and then it'll get going. And there's a lot of notes in here, like I said, and I didn't even tell you all of them, just what I had kind of jotted down here, and I missed some, and some of out of the 4 fragrance oils, some of them have some of the same notes, so probably missed some, but the black tea is pretty prominent. Almost seemed like that wanted to rice on me, but blended right out. I don't know, maybe it was just my imagination. Okay. Smells really good. And I'm gonna call this unisex for sure. Definitely quite a bit of a masculine edge to it, though. I mean, most unisex scents are, right? They're like, the masculine edge is just that we call them unisex because they're not super masculine to where a female wouldn't want to use it. This is definitely unisex, definitely. But it's got that, you know, masculine edge. That's what I always call it. Okay, so yeah, really strange color right now. It almost looks green, but since we're gonna darken, we'll see what this does. It smells really good. I don't usually like tea fragrance oils right out of the bottle. They tend to just not really smell like tea, but actually smelled like for sure tea right out of the bottle. But they do make nice blends. They definitely do, and I'm happy with this one. Okay, so let's get my charcoal line. I want this fairly heavy, but oh, there I go again. It's gonna be like the joke of my YouTube channel that I'm always trying to do a pencil line with a ceiling fan on. I'm gonna start getting made fun of for that. I want this pretty heavy. Obviously I have to be careful not to go too heavy because I don't want my soap to separate when I cut it. However, I'm kind of looking for this to... and I've never accomplished this before. I saw a picture of a soap that had it, I don't know, like on Etsy or something, and I was like, oh, how did they do that? And I thought about it, and I'm like, I wonder if that was from like a charcoal pencil line. It looked like, I mean, there was definitely a pencil line, but it looked like it had like not bled, but there was like streaks of it down. And I'm thinking, that only way that got accomplished is during the cut. And I know cocoa powder and mica don't do it, but I bet you charcoal probably does. So I did a pretty hefty, I mean, I covered that sucker, but it's not too thick where it's going to separate. It's just, well, yeah. I should shut up. I didn't say that. I take that back. So, I'm hoping it does that when I cut it. I mean, it's not, oh well, I'll just want to figure out how. I never saw soap like that before, and I want it to happen. And I'm thinking I should probably cut it while it's still a little on the soft side to help that kind of happen. We'll see. Although, I just thought of a conundrum with that. Obviously, I'm going to have to cut straight down, not cut the soap sideways. If I put poppy seeds on top, that would normally, I'm going to cut sideways to do that, so they don't like make indents down. I'm just going to use a very small amount of poppy seeds, just a scattering. Hopefully, it won't do that. We'll see. This color is so weird right now. I mean, it's actually not bad. It's a really interesting grayish green. Actually, it would look kind of cool. It's just not going to stay that way, unfortunately. What I need to invest in, and we're going to use that word because it's expensive, is a nice big, some vanilla absolute. So when I want vanilla in a blend, I don't have this discoloration issue like synthetic vanillas do. Okay. I'm going to just get this down in the divots, bang it, and then I'll get the rest on top. And I'm going to texture this one. And I thought about, not really now. Never mind. I said nothing. Give it a smackaroo. I think tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, tomorrow's Saturday. I might not be able to make soap tomorrow. Might have to wait till either Sunday or Monday. But I'm going to do, most likely, a fall soap, because we're really into July at this point, and I'm going to do 2 releases in the autumn. One right very beginning of September, maybe even shoot for September 1st release, and then another one either end of September or beginning of October for a Halloween release. I'm going to do 2. So it's almost time to start working on those September ones for sure. And I'm still trying to work on the rest of my Divergent line. I'm working on scent blends. It takes me a while. I'm picky. But I'll get there. And I hope that I have all of those done. My goal and plan is to have all those done by the fall, also for festival season, because I definitely think those will go over well at the festivals, the Divergent line. I think it will. Alright. Let me get my spoon here. Oh, sorry, you can't really see it. Oh, let me pull this back. And hello, Valerie. Yeah. I want a decent texture on this one. Like, lots of texture, but not high. I found that when I texture high, it is difficult to package, and it drives me crazy. And they're not the easiest bars of soap to use, either. In my opinion, anyway. I don't want swirls, I want, peaks. I don't want it to be pretty. The soap is not supposed to look pretty. It's supposed to look old and really rustic. I'm just gonna get my mess here. I so wish it would just stay this color. Yeah, it would be nice. Not gonna happen. Alright. I'm just gonna do a light sprinkle of poppy seeds. I really want them on there. Hopefully they don't mess up my cutting plan. Okay, that's it. Okay, unnamed soap that is very tea-ish. Tea, musk, sandalwood. I pick up the sandalwood, I pick up cedarwood. It's really nice. Really, and it just smells like some kind of old library or some old, I don't know. It just smells, it smells old. It smells ancient. Okay, so yeah, here we go, finished. And I'll probably attach the cutting video to the end of this, so hang tight for the cut. Okay, be right back. Okay, back for the cut. Still doesn't have a for sure name, but it'll be in the title. And the hours it's going to take me to edit and upload this video, I will come up with a for sure name out of my options. And it's been about 36 hours, and the color's still actually pretty nice. And I did a stupid thing. Here, I'll show you. And this is not soap going awry to blame. This is my stupidness to blame. You see? Yeah. Same thing on the other side. When I put in that top layer, it was a little thick. I spooned it on, of course, to not disrupt the line in the middle. And I don't know, I just didn't bang it down again enough, I guess, or I put too much in at one time and wasn't pushing it off to the edges. I don't think it's going to be an issue in the middle of the bars, but the edges are going to be a little extra rustic. But when I peeled the paper off, I'm like, seriously, Jen? Seriously? Come on. What are you doing? And it's not doing what I wanted. Okay. I mean, I like it. It's fine. Nice, straight, black line. And the color is actually looking really cool. And even though, like I said, two of the fragrances of, you know, a pretty high vanillin content, I'm not seeing darkening on the edges, and it's been almost 2 days. So it might not change color. And if it doesn't, I will be very happy, because this really weird muted gray is actually what I would prefer it to be. If it was going to go a little bit more on the brown side mixed in there, that was going to be fine, and I was just going to have to accept it. However, I'm better with this, so I hope it stays this way. My mother was here yesterday and she said, oh, I love that. It's my favorite color, green. I'm like, it's not green. How are you seeing green? It is a really strange color of gray, but that's what I wanted. However, I'm not getting an effect I wanted, and maybe another soap maker out there can help me. I see there's a company that sells on Etsy, and they're pretty popular. Begins with the L, and I think it's just the girl's last name. Oh, I can't think of it. Goodness gracious. But anyway, there's pictures of her soap on like Pinterest too. I see a lot. Hold on, this is stuck to the bottom of the paper, giving me trouble. The effect she gets that I adore, and was hoping that using the activated charcoal to make the pencil line would achieve is when she makes pencil lines in her soap, there's this like random streaking going down from the lines. And I don't know how she does it, and it's driving me crazy. I mean, I suppose she could literally be going on there after she cuts the soap and sort of like painting them on, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like she's achieving it just like the line is smearing as she cuts. I don't know how she does it. If anybody knows, please help me, because if I could achieve that look, especially for a couple Halloween soaps, man, I would be, it almost looks like it's bleeding. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it looks so cool and rustic, and like I said, would be awesome for the Halloween soaps. And I'm trying to figure out how, I don't think I ever saw anybody do this technique in a video. I only see it on this Lipinski, I don't know. It begins with an L, there's P's and S's. It's the girl's last name, and she's on Etsy. And I think one of her most popular soaps is Mermaid Soap, if that helps anybody. But the one that she does that has the really strong effect of this that I'm looking for is called, what does she call it? Harvest Moon, I think. And I want a bar because her scent description sounds lovely. I'm probably going to get some soon. But I don't know how she makes this technique. I never saw anybody do it, and it's frustrating me. Not that I'm trying to be all stealing people's ideas, but come on, we all take technique ideas from each other and get inspired by each other, and I'm just, you know, this design that she does inspires me, and I want to at least somewhat try and, you know, emulate it. I just want to know how the heck she even does it. So I won't be boring you with showing you every single bar. These are all the same. My line came out nice and straight. Ooh. Well, it's not perfectly straight, but, and I usually don't like a straight line. Why didn't I do this before? It's morning still. I only need one of my 2 morning cups of coffee. So I can't remember Etsy store names with it. But, yeah, for this one, the straight line is nice. And this is actually the first time I've ever used charcoal for a line. I do a lot of cocoa powder lines. Tiggy inspires me to do that. I love how the way hers come out. And micas, you know. But I personally have never tried charcoal, and I wanted it to be black with this. So this worked out well. And it smells really good. Really good. Yeah, that streaking of the lines just has me baffled. If you have any clues or ideas. I mean, I thought maybe charcoal powder would do it versus, like, you know, that cocoa and mica weren't, that I would get it with using the charcoal for the line. But no. I mean, this is still fine, but that technique, yeah. Somebody help me. I'm really frustrated. Not frustrated, but I'm just like, I'm at a loss. I want to make it happen, and I don't know how. So, any ideas, shoot them my way. If you tell me how to do it, and it works, I will, like, I don't know. You'll get, like, a goodie bag in the mail from me or something. I'll contact you, because I will be eternally grateful for that information. That's how grateful I be. It's like a contest. Somebody tell me how to do that smearing technique with the lines. I'll contact you. I do it and it works. I'll contact you on YouTube here privately, and I will get your address and I will send you some stuff. So, my fellow soapy people, help me figure it out. Maybe this is pretty thin. It'll just be 2 samples. So, fortunately, even though I was an idiot, not banging down enough after I applied the second layer that was thick. Oh, this one's too big. I'm gonna have to take some off. It's not gonna fit my packaging good. But it's fine. It didn't. I have a few tiny little air pockets in some of them, but that's fine because this is supposed to look nice and rustic, and I'm not even bothered by the edges being like that. Again, rustic. And yeah, once you see the name of the soap, and if the name is confusing, if the name I decide on is confusing, which is possible, I will also put in the, like in the drop box, a little explanation of the name. So people are like, what the heck is she talking about? She was pondering over this and it doesn't even make any sense in the first place. I'll put a little story in the drop box under the name if it doesn't make any sense to you in the title. Okay, so that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.